Welcome back to Omnifactory. Today I want to show you something. I want to show you this. This is my rocket fuel stack. Remember we showed you the process in the previous episodes? Well, this does it all automatically. It makes it basically from sugarcane and from salt into salt water, into chlorine, etc. I'm not going to bother going through the process again because I have shown it in previous episodes, but just bear in mind that you may not need as many machines as this. If you replace that these first three tiers, this is just producing ammonia. Just replace that with a more efficient way of getting ammonia. I just had these spare, so I just went and made this ammonia sort of stack on three of the sides. And then they go up into various products and get combined near the top, which then gets imported into our system. So if you just go over here for a second and go to our fluid terminal, it's one of the ones that we need here, you'll see the 6 buckets of rocket fuel in the system. And we're going to need more than that as actually, the episode moves on, I think. But yeah, at least it's being produced automatically. Now, let's talk about quests. We have this quest that we've got back here, right there, assembly. Rocket assembly machine, it was the one where we left it, and we need to get that done. That is the first of the extended crafting table recipes, and you need all of this stuff. So a lot of this stuff is stuff we've already seen before, so I've crafted it. And hopefully the system has finished crafting an assembling machine. Yep, which we need over here. And you'll see I've crafted most of it. The only thing that's new here, this machine structure and a screen. And the machine structure is just stainless steel plates and machine blocks. And the screen is stuff we've already seen before. So, there's nothing new there. And we just need 3 refined circuits, which the system has just built. So we should now be able to do 1, 2, 3. And we get a rocket assembly machine. That's the multi-block machine. That should get us the quest. Yes. So we should have also a launch pad somewhere. Launch pad? Yep. And what was the other thing that we needed? We need a structure tower. So structure tower, 6 of them. This is multi-block, so you can create that tower larger. Let's pop out here. We're going to need some RF power as well. And then I think we should be okay. I'm not going to put it, well, why don't we put it sort of around here for now? Let's see if this will do. So I'm just going to clear out a 3x3, and I'm just making it level with the floor. There we go. And that can fall away, and then we can just put launch pads down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Quite nice. Decent texture, multi-block texture, very nice. And then our structure tower has to start from the same Y level. So that has to go here, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that should be that. And then finally, the sort of controller for this, the rocket assembly machine, needs to be here, I believe, and then just supplied with some RF. So let's go and find, do I have enough RF? Do I have enough vibrant cable? Clearly I have none. How about I make some? Okay, I don't have any of the precursors. Fine. Do I have enough of you? Okay, 15 of you. And we can use that to make it into this, and then just get some of the wire. There we go. And we're also going to want some binder as well. So clearly the system needs to make more of you. Let's make 100. Yep, and you can get started. So while it's being made, we can take a look at what the next quest is in the series. And that's, we're going to get 5 Omni pennies. That's quite actually a arduous recipe. Ugh. Okay, fine. And now we get the Apollo program. Okay, and flight plan to the moon. Flight plan to the moon requires the Apollo program, interdimensional teleportation, and it requires fuel loading. So fuel loading is a fueling station and linker. Did I already make those? Fuel station or linker? I thought I already made them. Maybe I didn't. Linker? Craft? Well, we can tell the system to craft one, but it's probably missing some. Oh, it's high voltage emitters. Yeah, the system probably can't make those just yet. Okay, how about the fueling station then? Fueling station, let's tell the system to make those. That's also high voltage stuff. And it's also the same stuff that we've just been making. So I need to actually go and equip this system to make it. What do we take a look at? Interdimensional teleportation. I'm going to need to just go and check. This telepad block is going to require travel anchors, octadics, dark steel by a lot. Okay, the telepads took a little bit of time to actually craft. The system had to craft a bunch of different stuff. Energetic alloy, and I'm still crafting more of that because I just need a lot on hand, so I'm just throwing a load of stuff through, and vibrant alloy, and that because I didn't have stocks of large amounts of them, it just took it some time to work its way through. But we've got some telepads now. We've got 18 of them. That's how many it actually wants for the quest. And we want the coordinates selector. Good. And we want some paper as well. And we're going to need to take all of those with us whenever we go to another dimension. So, well, let's just take half a stack with us. And there we go. The quest complete with international teleportation. And we're going to want to do a few things out here. So, first thing we just need to do is set up where we want our teleport chamber to be. And because I'm not using anything back here, it's going to need power, however. So, I have to be a little bit careful about where I put this. Why don't we put it outside? Because we should have some power nearby. Maybe if we set it into the floor out here, that might work, because we should have some power underneath. Somewhere anyway. Okay. Okay, and let's just put them down. Let's say we want 9 of them going down here. Should go into a multi-block, I think. There it goes. That looks really nice, actually. Looks like somewhat like a blender, mind you, but I'm hoping that's not how it does teleporting, regardless. Yeah, let's get that going. So we need to then print coordinates of a block, right-click on a block to select the block adjacent on that side, shift right-click to select a specific block and select from a distance. Okay, so I just want to maybe select this one. Okay, overworld. And that should then bring us back to here once we're done. You'll also note in our inventory we get a location printout, and that is going to be quite helpful. That's going to what's going to go into the other version of this telepad block in our other dimension. So we need to keep these things with us. So we're going to need 4 slots in my backpack available. Let me just throw a few things around. I'm not sure I'm going to need the golden lassos. No, the hang glider might come in useful. Draw key certainly won't. That should be enough to leave me some space. And then we'll just put all this stuff in my backpack. So telepad block, location printout to get back home. Coordinate selector will help us get the coordinates of the other dimension. And then some paper to actually do that with. That all is fine, but we do need power, as I said, and we do need one other thing. We need Dew of the Void. So I'm going to need power. I have some vibrant alloy here. I don't think I'm going to have power on the other side of available immediately anyway, but in fact, we can just go straight there, can't we? That's nice. You're charged. No input tank as yet, though. So that's what we'll need to go to next. Input tank, Dew of the Void. So I'm going to get a couple of ender tanks. I'm going to need 3 of them, actually. So can we make those? No. Because we can't make these portable tank basics, I think. I got them in the system. I do. Can you make redstone servos? Redstone servo? No, looks like you don't know how to do that. Let's just tell you how to do it. Then I don't have to worry about that again. Yep, let's put it in there. You'll see I've also put in an encoded pattern for an emitter and an electric motor, so we're able to craft the other things we're going to be needing. There we go. That will work. Okay, so what was it I needed again? Ah, yes, ender tanks. We're going to get 3 of them. You're missing some other stuff. Blocks of ender pearl should be easy enough. Resonating redstone should be easy enough. Anything else you're missing? Okay, so a block of ender pearl. And let's put it in here. So let's just make, well, we've got more than enough. Let's just make a stack of them just in case we want it in the future. Wool is just string. So let's just tell the system how to actually make it because that'll be useful. White wool. Yep. Always running out of patterns and molecular assemblers, but it shouldn't be long before we've pretty much got all of the stuff that we ever need in the molecular assembler. And what was the other ingredients for tanks? 3. Resonating redstone. Resonating redstone. And is that going to be just alloy smelter? Yeah, so ender shard and restonia crystal. I should have plenty of restonia. And ender shard is just ender pearls. 2, 3, 4, and I'll just actually just put them all over here. And there you go. You can start processing. Fine, that's enough to get our tanks. So we're going to have one input tank and two output tanks. The output tanks, there's going to be one down underneath here, near the power, probably underneath this block. And it needs to be due the void. And then we're going to take another output tank. I'm going to take it to the moon with us and do exactly the same thing from the moon side of things. So that should be pretty much ready to craft. 3. Got 4 left. And do I have any sort of dye? Dew of the void, maybe green dye. Cactus? No, we don't have any cactus. We can buy some cactus. Okay, we'll just buy some of that. And cactus green is just some of that smelted, so we'll just grab you and smelt some up. There we go, some cactus green. If we get 9 of it, that should be enough to get triple green channels on 3 ender tanks. So ender tank. Oops, tank. Yep, you can now start. That shouldn't take it very long. There's not very much for it to actually craft. There's nothing else in crafting. So that is that. We do actually need to generate Dew of the Void. We'll come back to that in a second. However, some other stuff we're going to need for the quests here, we're going to need the fuel loading station. So fueling station and linker. So fueling station, I did put the recipe in here. Fueling station. And I told it to craft one, so it's made one. And how about the linker? I don't think I've crafted it, no, but it should be able to now. Yep, there it goes. So that's both of those things done. And then we're going to need to make the actual rocket itself and then refuel or fuel it, basically. So liquid fuel engines, liquid fuel tank, guidance computer, and a seat. Seat, I would imagine, will be the easiest one. I really hope that's just wool. It's just wool and stainless steel plates, which we don't have any of. Okay. Let's just put these into the system, I think. Not sure if we're going to need any more rockets, but that's fine. We'll because there's going to be multiple different types of rockets we can build. We want to just tell it to craft some engines, and we want a liquid fuel tank. Yep, liquid fuel tank. And what was the last thing? Guidance computer. Guidance. Computer. Wow, okay, so that's not that's not the same at all. We're going to need to go and create that. That needs emitters and sensors. I'm not sure if the sensor HV is in the system. Sensor. No, not the HV version. That we need this. There's chrome rods. Yeah, you just make them from chrome ingots and straight through a lathe. And that is a refined 3rd tier. So if we're going to do that, I'm going to need some more plastic circuit boards. I'm just going to put the right recipe in directly with the correct circuit boards. Just refill this out here. It just makes them, and it just needs some copper foil. Whoops, copper foil. I hadn't set it up to be entirely automatic yet. Copper foil. Did I not create some? I'll go and create some and bring you back in a second. Okay, our linker is now ready, so the system's crafted that as well. That should get us that quest. Good. Get some of our Omni pennies back, and then we're just into the Apollo program, it looks like. Well, flight plan to the moon after that, but liquid fuel engines, let's see what that actually takes to craft. Fuel engines, we're going to need 2 of them for this version of the rocket, it seems. Conductive iron plate. Okay, well, conductive iron is straightforward. Let's just, it doesn't just know how to make plates, it seems, so let's just make those in the compressor manually. It's making silver plates. That's for mirrors. Let's just take that out for a second and put that in. The mirrors are for solar panels. I want some way of just passively regenerating a little bit of power over on the other side, and it does recommend to use a solar panel, so you can make those with a few mirrors like this, and then a solar panel with this recipe, Solar Flux Reborn. That's only 8 FE per tick. What's the next tier up? It requires to the previous tier, so we can get this from the base tier. I don't know how much it's going to actually use up for teleportation. So what I may well do is just create a capacitor with me as well, and that'll just sort of have a sort of buffer zone for that. Basic capacitor bank may do. Yeah, let's just make one of those and we'll charge it up and see where that gets us. I will also have that. Yeah, we also have this 0-point module that technically we can use for lots of power. I'm not sure if you can feed that directly into a capacitor. Regardless, we need some kind of CEF or something like that kind of module. Okay, so what is it crafting now? It's just crafting everything it needs for the
capacitor, and for, what is this making? Oh, fluid extractor, yes. Fluid extractor because, well, I've got one here, but I'm going to put it outside, is we need to make Dew of the Void. Now, Dew of the Void is not terribly hard to make. It's just 3 ingredients. It is resonant ender. So you're just going to get ender pearls put into a fluid extractor and you'll get resonant ender. That's easy. And then grains of piezoality and grains of vibrancy are the 2 types of Ender-IO crystals. So vibrant crystals from vibrant alloy and emerald. And we're going to need the pulsating crystals from diamond and pulsating iron. I'm not going to make them automated just yet. I'm just going to do a batch of them. I'm just going to get them to getting these grains, and I'll put a full stack of these grains, ideally, something like that, and we'll put them into a vat. So I've got the vat out of the system. Yep, there it is. So I just then need that fluid extractor. Hopefully you're going to be finished fairly soon. That's just a regular extractor. You do not want that. You want the fluid version. Why are you having problems crafting a machine casing? That should not be terribly hard. Where is my machine casing recipe? And here we are out here next to our vat, which is receiving the resonant ender. And above that, we've got it outputting automatically to this ender tank on the left-hand side. So I can just take in some of these grains. I've only done about basically 16, or I'm going to be doing 16 of each, and we'll see how much that actually produces in terms of output. And that's going to look like it's 1 per 1. So hopefully this doesn't consume a huge amount of Dew of the Void. Yeah, but we'll see. Are you not actually outputting? I thought I'd configure this to be output. I did. Push. That is actually outputting. Good. There it is. It's building up inside our ender tank. So we now have an ender tank there. We have another ender tank underneath right here. And this has, well, Dew of the Void, it looks like 500 millibuckets. So it could only ever use 500 per teleport. So yeah, we should be okay for 32 trips if it uses exactly that amount for teleport. If it uses less, so much the better. So ender fluid conduit, I'm just going to connect it like this and make sure this is fed. So this is going to extract. This one is going to insert only, and extract is going to always be active. And that should be filling. Yep, it's full now. So you don't have a teleport option just yet because we don't have any coordinates to come back to, but you are set up as far as that's concerned. So let's just grab some earth or dirt from the system. There we go. And let's go and put the rest of those grains in over here, just so that this has got a nice amount of grains. Ideally, I'd like another teleport solution later that doesn't require this kind of thing. So if anyone knows of any, my default would be to look at something like Draconic Evolution. But I haven't looked. Do we have Draconic? I think we do have Draconic. Helps if I actually type in here. Draconic. Yes, we do. Good. So we could use the dislocator. In fact, let's just see how awful the dislocator is in this pack, because it's a hard pack. Dislocator requires chorus flower, which we can only get from the end, so that's fine. Draconium dust, which we can get from other things. Manually dust and dragon's breath, and I think we can craft that if we wanted to, technically, from ender dragon matter. So yeah, I mean, we could get some of these things. Not quite so sure. Anyway, that's that done. We've got the fuel source ready, and we just need to have a few more ender pearls, and just keep this thing fed. And the system should have finished our fuel tanks, which we can then use to make a rocket. I've already placed 2 engines down, so we're just going to head outside and then place the rest of the rocket. So I'm not quite sure how to lay this out, but it is a multi-block, so it shouldn't really matter too much. Let's get both of those in, and that's pretty much that. We're going to want the guidance computer on the seat, so I've got the system to make all the subcomponents. Here they are: 2 emitters, the 2 sensors, everything else is stuff we've made before. So let's go, and yep, there's our Apollo program quest. Let's just put this, I don't know, halfway up. Yep, seems reasonable. And guidance computer, okay, and we just need a seat, presumably, on this thing as well. Whoops, not in there. There we go. Okay, and left shift to dismount. Fine, let's scan this, and press scan, and you are clear for liftoff. So we basically do need fuel, however. I don't think it actually has any fuel just yet. So we can then use our fueling station and put that there. I think that we have to then link that to our rocket. So something like this and this, maybe. I need to go and figure out. It's chords unset. Nope. That's set. What do I actually link this to then? The rocket or the rocket assembly machine? Nope. Oh, yeah, that's the first machine. Thank you. Where do I link that to? So it does mention a rocket fuel loader, in which you need the machine structure and a fluid input hatch. So I've just made one of those. And the rocket loader then, fluid loader is an electric pump on top of that. So then we have that, and it says it's part of the rocket itself. So let's put that in there as well. And well, let's see whether we can actually put in some rocket fuel. Looks like we can. And is that actually, let's look up here, left shift to dismount. Are you ready? Scan. Okay, that's scanned. And is that ready to go? Well, let's press build. And are you ready to go now? Let me just right click on you. Press space to take off. Looks like we have, well, it says no fuel, or it's either no fuel or full fuel. Let me just, well, we just go straight back onto it once that happens. So I assume there is fuel in this thing. Anyway, we can then put stuff away. I guess put it back in the system. We don't need the linker. I assume that's to link this block to that one, but I'm not going to worry about it just at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. We just need to make sure I have all my other bits and pieces. So we have the space suit. Let's see if this goes somewhere. There's our space suit. And we can put other bits and pieces away for now. Get our wrenches. Let's just clean up these fluid tanks. You can just put them through the crafting grid again to get rid of them. And you can go away. We're going to want, what else are we going to need before we take off, or potentially take off? We'll see if this actually works. What else do we need? Oh, this needs power as well for the fueling station. But, are we even using it? Well, maybe not, but it's probably worth putting one power block in there. Yep, that's fine. And then, does that linker now work? I just want to try this. Where's that linker gone? Linker. Okay. You link successfully. So yes, it can actually link and fuel the rocket. Okay, and then do I have any more rocket fuel? Just in case I need to do this, I just want to see whether we need the rocket fuel itself. So let me just get one of those tanks again. Yeah, just one will do. And we have some spare rocket fuel up here. Before I automatically output everything out of the system, I just want to double check this. And what happens if I put rocket fuel in there? Nothing. No. Okay, fine. So what do we need for takeoff? We've got our spacesuit. We've got a way home, hopefully, in our backpack. So we've got coordinate selector. We've got some paper. We've got telepad blocks and the way home, which you're going to put into the telepad. We've got a capacitor bank and a solar panel. We have pretty much everything else. We just need a planet ID chip, I want to say. And that is what this requires. So planet ID chip is not too hard. Some final steel wire is probably something the system can't actually craft. Can we make some more patterns? Let's make more patterns. Yep, we can make them more of those. And then the planet ID chip itself. So I want some vibrant plate. Was it? Well, let's just say 4, whatever it was. Planet ID chip. Oh, I needed 2. That's fine. A refined processor. So just tier 2. And fine stainless steel wire. So stainless steel. Yeah, we've got some. Okay, so we want fine wire. That's just going to get processed from this. So if we go through a wire mill first of all, and that should turn into 4, and we can take the wire and turn that back into fine wire, but just by putting it straight back through again once it appears here. Hopefully. Oh, we just go straight into fine wire. Fine. I have no problem with that happening. Planet ID chip. So just one refined circuit of the second tier. And we'll wait for the system to craft that. And then that needs to just go into the rocket, and that's basically where the rocket's going to take you. There's our Planet ID chip unprogrammed, and if you did what I just did and press build, you are unfortunately going to need to disassemble your rocket, but that is as easy as just shift right clicking it, which I've already done. Shift right click your rocket and there's a disassemble button. So we then can put this into our guidance computer once we've configured it, I assume. Set the guidance destination to the moon. So can I do anything with it? Shift right click, shift left click? No. That would be nice. Mount the rocket with spacebar, hit C to view the GUI, and put a Planet ID chip inside the computer. Okay. That's inside there. Okay. What's next? I need to press select destination, so I need to basically build it, possibly. Let's build. Build complete. C. No, because that's my that's my ender hook. I need to go and change some settings. Let's take a look at options, controls, rocket. We want the category. We've got rocket GUI is unknown, so let's just say that. That should be done. And can I now get on this thing and press that button? So select destination is in here. Good. And then the moon should be relatively close. Lunar. Yep. Select. Destination is Lunar. Okay, and is the rocket fuel in this again? I need to perhaps go and double check this, but otherwise fine. The last thing it says it wants us to do is make sure things are chunk loaded. So I've got my telepad here and that is chunk loaded. I'm just going to basically chunk load everything around here as well. Just so that I can update my factory. We're going to do the same thing on the moon side, on the lunar side, and get that going. So let's just get rid of our various boots and put space versions of them on. And we'll put those away for now. In fact, yeah, that will do. There we go. So we've got everything ready, I think. We're full tank of O2. Our rocket is ready. Let's just take a look at the rest of the instructions. Make sure you're carrying coordinates that lead to that telepad. Yes, we've got those with us. Make sure you bring your coordinate selector, blank paper, and a second telepad. Yes, we've got those. Do the void. I've got my ender tank. I do. And another chunk loading ward. Well, we can do that through FTB libs. That's fine. And then let's see whether that gauge is full or entirely empty. So press space to take off. Launch in T-9, 8, 7. That chunk loader did say full. So let's see how well this goes. No. That's empty. Okay, so it says it's empty, but if I disassemble this and look in the fluid loader, it is full. So the only thing I think of is that it's not emptying this technically into the rocket itself. So yeah, that's not great. Ah, okay, figured that out. That's working better. So link the fueling station to the rocket assembly machine, and then I'm just dumping in rocket fuel from this buffer tank for the moment into here, and this is filling up our rocket. So if we have a go into the seat, you'll see that rocket fuel is filling on the left-hand side there, and we are pretty much ready to go. And we're just going to probably turn this off. Are you continue to feed this in? Make sure it isn't voiding it. Nope, appears to be fine. Okay, so now I guess we are ready to go. So let's click on this, and hopefully I've not missed everything. Hopefully I have got everything with me that I need. Let's go. Press space. Launch in T-8, 7, 6. Let's hope this works. Oh. Press space to avoid. Yeah, I thought of something. Just in case, there is something in the quest book. Cake based 1 overworld cake. Just in case. Yeah. Just in case I need to get back, I'm just a little bit wary. Hopefully it does work from the moon. Anyway, T-minus 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hopefully I've not forgotten anything. Oh, we're going to get effects. We're lifting off very slowly. Thrust to weight ratio on this thing is terrible. Okay, and slight flickering at the top left of the screen. Sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it. And our fuel is, well, that's not too bad. We'll see how well this goes. Velocity is increasing. Doesn't really look like it's increasing that much. Can we see anything else around here? Sorry, it's so dark. Not much I can do about that either. And there is the whole world beneath us, apparently. We are in a nice spacesuit, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. Can we head to the moon, please? I don't see it anywhere. Hopefully this thing is still configured. I'll cut forwards until we get to the moon, maybe. And it's jumped us across dimensions. It says press space to descend, so I'm going to press that. And we should be heading down towards the moon. I appreciate this is extremely dark for you guys, so I'll go and light things up once we get down there, assuming that the torches even work. Yeah, some mod packs are a bit more serious than others about that. So our altitude's coming down, and again, I'm going to cut forwards until we can see the ground. And in it comes. I appreciate it's still dark, but hopefully you're able to see some of that. And we have the moon around us. And press space to take off. Destination Lunar. So I guess technically we could take off again. And our gravity is a fair bit lower. Let's just light things up. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's great. I like it. And of course, oh, we can go across dimensions. So I want to just get some glowstone and craft a few of the glowstone, please. Just 10. Yep. That shouldn't take it very long. And that should just let me light things up. Well, hopefully without the need for any, without the need for any torches. And there we go. So we need to be able to get back here. So let's take a look. Maybe just down there. Is that just regular rock? Let's take a look. Small glowstone. Yeah, okay. So dark moon tuff. I'm just going to want regular moon tuff, I think, for the quest. Quest? No? Regular moon tuff, it seems. Okay. That seems a bit too specific, but okay. I hope there is multiple types around. Anyway, let's just set up our return first of all before we go anywhere else. So pop down here. There's a nice 3x3 hole. So, oh well, not 2x2, sorry. And there's other stuff down here. Yep. So we'll have to go spelunking later. For now, I'm going to set up our telepad. So we'll get the other side of it. And hopefully everything works. So telepads. There it is. And let's just get rid of you. Going this way. We're just going to put a capacitor down, and that capacitor is going to have a solar panel on it. So when it does turn daytime, and hopefully it does turn daytime, that should start supplying a little bit of power to that capacitor bank, which in turn will go to the nice telepad here. And underneath, we are going to make sure we supply this thing with Dew of the Void. Get our ender fluid conduit and configure that. Ugh, this gravity. I need some way of countering gravity, or maybe turning off some kind of jump assist. So extract, or extract always active, and insert. And now the telepad block has got everything it needs. We do, however, need destination coordinates for here to go back again. So we're going to take out our coordinate selector, and we're going to decide, I don't know, maybe here is good. Coordinate selector. Can I just right click? Are you going to give me coordinates? That is planet 100. Is that not? No, it's a different one. That's the overworld. This one is the current one. Okay. That's fine. As long as we've got some kind of coordinate around here, I don't mind too much. And then we need to just go and put our overworld one in the other teleporter. So let's just go back over here. And is it just right click? Yeah, so our overworld one is right here. And that's set to dimension 0. Good. I guess we can take this back with us if we wanted to. And we put it in other teleporters. What is... Oh, that's the that's the overworld. Fine. Just wonder what that was. And everything is set. So this one has got some energy. Yep. We have quite a bit of it available. And we should be able to go back again. Why don't we give that a try? And let's see how well this goes. So, can I do anything other than just right-click teleport? I guess I just have to try it. Right-click, teleport. Oh. And we're home. Look at that. So we're able to go between the moon and the overworld quite easily. And then this one, we need to set the planet 100 location. And then we can go back on here and head out there. Our O2 is draining, however. So we have our gas charge pad here we can use. Let's put it here. And where did I have like a tank of oxygen? I thought I had a tank of oxygen somewhere for this. I thought I had it in my backpack as well. Let me find it. I've just pulled some more out of our system, so we should be able to export that, and that should be refilling us. Yes, there it is. So we're refilled. And now I guess we can go back and see just how much energy it's actually used to do this. Off we go. Okay, that's fine as far as the location's concerned. And you're back to full again. And how is the capacitor bank? So, looks like it uses 100,000 per journey. So we're going to have to be a little bit more careful, at least initially, until we get to something like Draconic Evolution. However, we have this running. And it looks like we've got some kind of ravine going. Let's just put this down here. Yeah, looks like we've got some rock beneath us. I need to find some normal moon turf, and then that should get complete this quest, and we get 100 Omni pennies for it. So back in a second. And it may not be the famous Earthrise photo from the real moon, but there is this light moon turf over here, and we got a nice sort of glow from the sun as it's going to come up, and hopefully recharge this block a little bit. Do need to make sure that this chunk is loaded while we're over here, so let's just go over here, go to claim chunks, and we're going to make sure that this one, and let's just say, you know, the chunks around it are all chunk loaded. Okay, and that makes everything done, and we've also got plenty of moon turf, so we can just click on this and teleport home. There we go. So we've been to the moon and back in a single episode, and we can claim that. That's going to be on the ground. And now there is deuterium, so that's basically saying we can process presumably the moon turf into deuterium. And of course, we've already got the deuterium ourselves to get to titanium. So, sorry, the modularium, which we can then use for the microminers. But it's the alternate source of getting this. So it's good for us to get there. And there's other stuff on the moon. So large quantities of titanium in the form of rutile ore, ilmenite ore, and tungsten in the form of scheelite ore and tungstate ore. So we can move our sort of mine that's over there somewhere, the sort of top-down miner, and we can just send it over to the moon and get it to do stuff over there. And we've got plenty of oxygen in there to refill. So I'm pretty happy with this episode overall. It's taken a lot more off-screen time actually getting the system to craft stuff, particularly a lot of the ingots just take a while. A lot of dark steel, a lot of energetic alloy, a lot of vibrant. So I've cut all of that out of the episode. It probably took about 10 hours really total, I think, just for the system to actually do it. I needed to speed the system up, but it was just running in the background while I was doing other stuff. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, if you're going to be following along, give it a thumbs up and put comments down below on how we can improve for the future. Indeed, we may well end up going to other planets as we go forward. But yeah, we've gone through the moon quest and we're ready to keep going. So not sure what we're going to be up to next episode, but we've got a lot of stuff to explore, certainly on the other tabs, so shouldn't be a shortage of anything there. All right, until then, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.